eat fruit, and mind your business.
Sometimes you just have to curve a thing, you know?
Kaboom! 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 Kaboom!
Hey guys, it's your girl Antoinette. We're just out here eating fruits and minding my business, okay? Not some period.
Hey guys, good morning, good afternoon, good night. It's your girl Kay. How are you? I'm eating fruit and minding my business.
And I just want to welcome you guys to the Eat Fruit Podcast, your bi-weekly bowl of fruit with nutrients related to becoming more secure, knowledgeable, while serving a little dessert à la crème, okay? And honestly, these past 2 weeks have been so good. We've been out here working while I've been working. I've been doing music videos, photo shoots, just trying to get everything wrapped up before we get locked down again because Toronto is now back inside. We can't go nowhere. We can't do nothing. So yeah, how's your week been going, Kay? Honestly,
My week has been going well, and this week, as most of you have seen, if you've not, check it out. My interview with iOctane came out, which is something special to me, and I'm really happy that, thank you, Antoinette, and everyone that just showed your support for me, and as well, shout outs to iOctane, because you didn't have to say yes, and you did, and we had a great conversation, so I really hope you guys watch that and stay inspired. So pretty much this week and these past couple of weeks has been filled with me just doing a lot of interviews and prepping and getting ready for that new year, because as we know, 2021 is right around the corner. So it's been busy, but in a great way. And I thank God for all the blessings. I have eat fruit in my business.
curious sis, and honestly, you already know me and Kay are working our butts off per usual, doing this podcast and doing other stuff too for our businesses and brands. So we love to see how you guys' this week has been going. So don't forget to leave us a comment on YouTube with how your week has been going, and also you can also leave a comment in our Instagram page, which is at Eat Fruit Podcast. So don't forget to not only like, comment, subscribe, and follow us on all of our platforms. So now we are getting into the BTS segment, which we love to highlight some boss people up in this place who are doing their little ding-a-ling-ling-ling-ling-ling. And you already know I'm gonna go first this week. And I just been looking at a good friend of mine who's been working her butt off in her business. We've been talking a lot behind the scenes about what she's been doing, and I've just been so admired on how hard she's been working, because she still has a 9-to-5 and she has her own media empire still. And for this week's BTS, I just want to say shout out to my girl Kay Blair herself.
I'm so foolish. I'm here like, yeah, you go, queen. Who is it? Oh my God.
Yes, you already know Kay. She already just dropped her new season of the Downtown podcast, which is interviewing some boss-ass people in the media industry. Also, I can't really tell you what else she's been doing, because, that's not going to be released until 2021, but that doesn't matter. You just need to know that she's putting in some work, okay? And that's dead ass and period. Like, honestly, shout out to Kay. She's the one who even brought me on to do this podcast project in the first place. This podcast we're doing right now wouldn't also be happening without her either. So I just want to give big ups to my girl Kay.
Yeah, but. Why am I this way?
But yeah, if you already know all her platforms, follow her under Kay Blair. I should tell you what she does actually. So she has Downtown World, her little media empire that she's building, as well as she does podcasts, makes food like Janae's Kitchen, okay, not some period. And she's gonna be releasing Care Blair just now. So her Care Blair is her skincare line. So y'all please make sure to go follow her on all of those platforms and just keep seeing what she's doing, because she's doing such amazing things. But she can already tell you all that stuff herself. I'm just at her bigging her up and gassing her up. Okay. But that's my BTS for this week.
Oh my God. You honestly, you caught me so off guard, because you guys see it in real time. You rewind it. I was here like, yes. Who is this queen? Thank you, Antoinette, so much. That means like a lot, because I not complain, but I'll vent to you at times and others, and just like the hard work that people don't see that both of us put in. So it feels really great to have someone like yourself just, you know, make me feel good, because that's so sweet. Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you. And you guys don't waste no time with negativity. That's what downtown's all about. So thank you, Antoinette. My BTS for this week is none other than, oh my gosh, guys, I am so sorry. It was right here, and we're not going to have no issues getting it up. I'm so sorry. Sorry about that, guys. So yes, my BTS for this week is Chef Sammy. Shout out to this queen, okay? And Chef Sammy is a chef derived, or mostly, the word isn't derived. What am I talking about? She's based in Chicago, but I'm sure she'll travel if you can afford her accommodations and things. But Chef Sammy is someone I met over Instagram, but honestly, her food all looks so delicious. She's a Black woman doing home catering and really out here just pushing that bar and setting like the tone. Like one of her plates that she had, I was looking, she has some breakfast egg rolls, and she has like her spiked peach cobbler, and just a lot of deliciousness that, as Antoinette said, I love my food. So when I'm saying this person got the food, this person got the food. And I'm excited because something's coming out soon with Chef Sammy and I. But honestly, I really want to give her just an individual time and just shout out to you, Queen. You're really doing amazing things. And even though she's just getting out into the digital world, she does have her holiday cookbook coming out for pre-order soon in 2020. And Black Friday is coming up, all these things, Thanksgiving, Christmas. If you are in the States, Chicago or somewhere, and you're needing a private chef, hit up Chef Sammy. And we, as always, Antoinette and I will make sure to add our people's BTS into the comment section so you guys are able to see them and share them. And shout out to you, Chef Sammy, because you make your food look so yummy, and you remind me of like just my love for food. And yes. So that's my BTS. Go ahead, tonight.
Honestly, guys, when she's talking about the food that she makes, because I love food too. I love food. And like, that sounds delicious. So shout out to Chef Sammy. Okay, and don't forget, if you guys know any businesses who want to be shout out, or you have a business that wants to be shout out on here, please, you can always email us at eatfruitpod@gmail.com. Just tell us a little bit about your business, and then give us your Instagram ads, any social media links that you have, and we'll definitely shout you out on here. Yeah. So that is it for the BTS for this week. So now we're gonna get into my little favorite part, okay, which is a la creme, okay? And we have so many things we just want to talk about. We're going to talk about some things that we were supposed to talk about last week, and then into a little bit more details about other stuff. Okay, go ahead. This is your table.
I actually wanted to ask you, Antoinette, before we fully get into a la creme, because I was like, I really want to give back and stuff, but you know I love food, and like, I'm not saying I could cook for like thousands of people, but I can buy enough groceries to like feed a decent amount of people. But like, where in Toronto will we go to like feed people?
Ooh, I don't even know, but that's actually a really good idea for the holidays.
Would you be down to share out some food to the homeless with me?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, we should put that up, because I honestly, it was like set in my spirit, and I seen it, and then now I'm talking about Chef Sammy and the food and everything, and I'm just like, yo, I really shouldn't ignore what my gut is telling me to do. Not that I'm rich, but I can shove up some things, and we can get.
I will buy a little $100 thingaling.
Yeah, that's enough groceries to cook up some rice and peas and chicken and things.
Honestly, guys, if you know a family in need, because we can anyone in Toronto, or a family in need who just needs some groceries for the holidays, hit us up. Me and Kay will get something in order, and we should definitely help out a family who's really in need right now, because we're super down to do that. But yeah, I'm down. If you're down, girl.
I am, and it's COVID, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what your fridge looks like. It's not my business. But
I'm not a judge.
if you do need that help and assistance, like no one should be hungry.
Mm-hmm.
No one. So I'm sorry if that was a bit of a downer. I was like, I really wanted to ask you about it and like put it out there for everyone else. So if that's something you guys want to do with us and you're in Toronto and you watch, you're part of a Toronto audience, like let's know. Let's figure out something
It makes
because
me happen, honestly. I'm down. Like, but yeah. Now we can get into
a la creme, aka dessert. Yes, guys. So first and foremost, we're gonna start with the fashions, the things and the things, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Shout outs to Meg the Stallion, aka Knees, and she recently dropped her tall girl or big girl collabo with Fashion Nova. But with good news always comes the other side.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, it wasn't no lies, but it was the facts. And the facts is what we've been knowing for a very long time is that a lot of fast fashion retailers, main examples could be like Fashion Nova, Pretty Little Thing, they are stealing a lot of Black designers' ideas and designs, and they are, as we said, fast fashion retailers. So that should tell you what it is. They're making these people's designs like as if they created it on their own and no one else was a part of it. And then on top of that, they're not even giving credit to these Black fashion designers that they're stealing from. And then on top of it is the labor wages for these people working in these factories making these clothes are as low as like $3 to $2 an hour. And yes, while the clothing is affordable for us on this side, and we can rejoice for Megan to say, yes, you got a partnership and official and a thing look up and etc. But is it worth it? Like, what are your thoughts on it, Antoinette? Because I know you're a stylist and this is your industry, and too many Black fashion designers that I myself like to follow have called out not even just this situation, but plenty of times before.
Listen, when I tell you, let me see my personal point of view and then my professional one. I don't like Fashion Nova. I never liked them. I have bare problems with my orders. I've never gotten my orders multiple times beforehand, and it's just like I just never liked them. That's a me personally for me. But in terms of everything else that's been going on, the first time I heard about Fashion Nova doing something like this. Wait, can we pause this? Okay, but for my professional opinion, however, I've noticed time and time again, and this isn't just with Fashion Nova and stuff, it's usually big white-owned fashion houses too in the industry. They love, and I tell you, they love to take inspirations from Black small independent designers, create their own interpretations, and sell it. As for this case, because Fashion Nova is fast fashion, they're in the same lines of places like Forever 21, Zara, Urban Planet, ABCDFG, like all these fast fashion stores, Rainbow if you guys are from the States. And basically all these fast fashion brands, they look at the runway, they look at what's in trend, and they copy that in seconds. And the crazy thing about the Megan Thee Stallion situation as well is that a lot of celebrities will love when they have a collaboration or a collection or a clothing line, they'll always find designers and they'll be like, oh, I love your stuff. Like, can you send me out something? And with this situation, there was a designer from the brand Telfem. Sorry if I pronounced that brand names wrong, but it was one of the items that was actually stolen from the Fashion Nova collection. If you can see closely on my phone. Ooh, this is not great. So this is Telfem, the brand, and then this is Megan.
Yeah, the audio.
I know, I'm sorry, guys.
No,
But you guys were seeing audio, but there's like two different versions and they look exactly the same. And actually, Megan's team reached out to the designer herself and actually asked the designer if they could send Megan out that exact same look for a party that she was going to in LA. So this is very known that Megan's team knew about the stealing and just use it for the collection. So this is another thing when it comes to celebrities collaborating with fashion houses or brands like Fashion Nova, is that you have to be okay with stealing from your own people. And as from the scenes of Megan, she clearly didn't mind because this wasn't the only item that was also stolen. There was another designer who had like a two-piece dress from her 10-year anniversary collection. I'm so sorry I don't remember her name, but that was also stolen too from the collection, and she called them out as well. Even before the Megan Thee Stallion collection, Jane Nice actually called them out about one of their tops. Like it was a whole two-piece set that they stole from her, and they actually bought the item, took it, saw the fabric, saw how it worked, shipped it back to them, and Jane Nice knew it was them because she literally got the return label that said the Fashion Nova headquarters name. So it was like a hot mess. It doesn't help that Fashion Nova doesn't treat their employees well, like their whole ethics. And this is why a lot of us now these days are screaming sustainable fashion and supporting small local independent designers, because even though they're more expensive than Fashion Nova, most likely they did not go through any cruelty them itself to get the final product. Yes, it's more expensive, but at the end of the day, it's a reason why it's more expensive than Fashion Nova. At least they ladies who are working in the factory making $2 an hour. Okay. And that's saying a lot. And this isn't just with Fashion Nova. This is happening with Zara and Forever 21 too. They source from like Bangladesh companies. Even Kylie Jenner herself, when she had that collection with her sister called Kendall and Kylie, she gets the stuff sourced from Bangladesh, and she's probably paying like $5 a piece and selling it for so much more money because her name's on it and you just slap it. But these factory people don't make anything. So I'm going low key off.
No.
But I do stress the importance that don't buy from Fashion Nova. And I know some of us don't have the money to spend on luxury brands, so it isn't an option for you to shop anywhere else, which is okay. I understand. But at the same time, like, if you do buy from them, you have to look at the bigger picture of where your clothes is coming from. And this is why a lot of people didn't like Nike either, because Nike gets their stuff sourced from China, and there's a lot of abuse and child abuse and all that stuff from factories and ABC, BFG. But you have to be okay with the fact that sourcing and shopping from there. So, yeah, that's kind of my point of view about all of this and like fast fashion. And like, I think it's gonna go down the drain very soon because a lot of people are getting really fed up, and there are sustainable routes.
As well.
And sustainable is starting to become more accessible and cheaper, so a lot of people are trying to go that route more. But we'll see. The fashion industry is a forever changing thing, and if we continue like being like, listen, like this shit's not cool. Like stop stealing from designers. Like even with Shein a couple of months ago, there is this plus size influencer, and she's a fashion company, Flaza Couture. She made a top a couple of years ago, and Shein actually took that top and was selling it and wasn't paying her anything. So not only it kind of went like mini viral, she also took legal action, and I think she's suing them right now, but I'm not sure. Sasha, let me know if you're actually suing them, like if you're watching this. But yeah, like I'm just telling you, like there's a lot of people who love to steal from Black creators or smaller creators, especially Black ones, and it's just like it's not cool, it's not fair. Please, if you see that, go and shop from those creators and not the brands, because the brands are going to be like, oh, well, I guess this is not cool, and stop, or actually collaborate with those small designers instead. At least give them some type of compensation, because these designers are not getting compensation for being ripped off. It's low-key like counterfeiting. in some way, but not because it doesn't have the brand's name on it or anything like that. So like, yeah, that's my opinion about the whole
No,
situation.
I agree. I agree with everything you said, Antoinette. And like, honestly, I'm guilty of it too, where I've shopped at these places unknowingly or like shopped at it because they just had the look that I wanted at a more affordable rate than maybe something that I could find at Saks at Fifth Avenue or some shit like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because we're being honest. But honestly, guys, if it's like that, then maybe if we can't afford it, we just shouldn't have it. As Antoinette and I have spoken before, we're mastering our fourth quarter. We're saying you don't. We're saying not that you can't have a Birkin. It's just a lot of other things are on the list before that. So I think we should apply the same to these retailers that are giving us these like watered down versions of the looks that we want. If we can't afford it, then we should just keep grinding and up our hustle until we can just get the things from Fenty and Fashion Bomb Daily. Claire Summers, shout out to her. She does a great job of and Antoinette styles her page as well. She does a great job of showing us different looks and sources that we can support. And Black Friday is coming up. Let's not just make it a shopping day called Black Friday, but let's actually do that. Shop Black.
In black dollars, guys. Like, if you go on my pages, on my fashion pages, or my lookbooks, you know that I like to source from Black designers first. And this is the first time I'm probably ever saying this out loud to anybody. But for any projects I do, I go to Black designers, indie designers first before I go to any other type designers, because I'm trying to get their brand out there and themselves out there. Because I do know it's super hard to get out there as a fashion house and a brand. So honestly, let me know what any Black fashion houses or independent brands, because I always am forever looking for polls. Y'all can put that in the comments. Like, I don't know how y'all feel about about that. I would always love to support, especially my Canadian brands. You know, true, no, strong, and free, and whatever. So. Yeah, but honestly, I also do understand that people cannot afford the sustainable route. So I do understand why you guys go cheaper. I just, at the end of the day, just be mindful of where you're shopping and where the dollar value is going towards to, into a business that's going towards to. And I think that's just with any company these days now, because any company can be underneath. So, yeah.
And I feel like this just comes also at a perfect timing because it's proving again right now with all these conversations happening. Our I was about to say our vice president, but it's the state. But it feels like it. We got Kamala Harris in office, and so many things are happening. And 2020 has definitely been a year of reconstruction and really laying that groundwork. So in a time where everything is pro-Black and we're really supporting each other, and if we're saying let's raise each other up and build each other's businesses and Black economics and all these things, these are actual steps we can take. So yes, our quick reaction is to just pop onto Fashion Nova or whatever and look for something cute to wear that will be less than $50 and shipped to us in less than a week. But let's just go the extra mile now, guys, because our dollar means a lot. The same way how we gotta go to work and bust our ass just to get, well, I still do. I don't know about y'all, but I'm still working to fund my dreams. Every dollar counts, and I'm very pissed if I'm gonna earn it from a white person and give it back to a white person.
Think about that, y'all.
Not that I have anything against y'all. I love some of y'all, but I'm just saying, like, as Antoinette said, I'm gonna source through my people first, and the rest shall go after.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we're speaking on growth. We're speaking. Is there anything else on that topic you want to? I feel like you really.
I think I hit all my points.
Yeah, on point. Like, there's nothing for me to say. Like, Antoinette spoke for the both of us. Whatever she said, that's what I said. Okay, guys. No, hold on. My notes. Okay, so last week we had promised that we heard your guys' votes and conversations and what you guys want to hear more of. So we are going to really start tapping into us building our digital presence. Okay, so step one, or I guess not step one, but one aspect that we are going to get into this week is growing your Instagram story.
Mm-hmm.
So, growing your Instagram story. What is your story? If you go into the app Instagram, and honestly, if you have a business or you're an entrepreneur and you do not have an Instagram, pause this podcast right now. Make yourself that Instagram and come
Mm-hmm.
back, because I don't know how the hell you gonna have a business in 2020 and not have an Instagram page.
I got like 3.
Period. Period. So that's that, right? So one of the first things I guess started off like this, Antoinette, because her and I are also both like trying to just go through this. So one of the first things, as you guys know, I run my own digital media network. When it comes to the Instagram story, one of the first questions I'd ask myself is, what story am I trying to tell?
Mm-hmm.
Just because it's a story, I feel like sometimes people just fling stuff up in there and there's no purpose behind it. And in my opinion, as I said, guys, because these are just Antoinette and I's opinions, but I can only tell you what's worked for me. I've touched over 1 million, so I can only tell you the things that have worked for me, right? You guys can see it there.
She's telling to listen to her advice, is what she's telling me.
I'm just saying, right? But look at already what you have going on your actual Instagram squares, your posts. Usually what's in your story is either going to be an extension of what you have there, a more personalized look into like your life or your personality. And number 3, it'll be just the things sometimes, like from a person like me, I want to post things all the time. Everything I see, I want to post. But I don't want to spam people in the feed. So your story is a great place to put some of that shareable content. Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. So we'll start off with that. We could kind of, I guess, go back and forth. So you could do what I could do one, you could do what I could do one. So that was my one.
Mm-hmm. So for me personally, because I guess my business, I have like multiple aspects of it. So one of it is my personal brand. So my personal brand is my business because I used to be a blogger first. So everyone knows me as Antoinette Johnson, the blogger, blah, 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 the influencer. I don't think I am, but people tell me I am. So one of the things that I like to do personally when I post on my Instagram stories is I like to let people know who I am through my Instagram stories, because in my feed, people are just seeing the content that I'm dropping. So an outfit post or like a BTS from a project I'm working on and stuff like that. Like I like to keep it kind of like professional on my feed. On my story, that's where people get to know who the hell I am. It was actually Antoinette Johnson, the brand, and blah, blah, blah. So one of the biggest things I love to do is I love to help people win personally. So I'm always dropping motivational stuff, motivational quotes. I'm dropping bare fashion, mood boards, inspirations. Honestly, it really just depends on your business and how you want to see your business as. So like how Kate's saying, what story you want to tell today in this Instagram story that you have. What story are you telling to your audience that you're targeting to turn them in conversion into shopping actual clients? So for instance, when I post, when I'm on my Instagram story and I just did a project or like a styling shoot or something, I'm posting a BTS of that project. What is that BTS going to do for me and my audience? I'm showing my audience the behind the scenes of how I'm working, and this is going to be like, oh wow, like she's working. I love her. And that whole me working BTS, me styling client, or like fixing them, or showing them shoes or my racks, or like me doing this podcast episode, for instance, that can show them that, oh my gosh, like she's hustling. And people love to see you working on your stuff behind the scenes because it gets to show them a personal glimpse of your life. This will also give them a personal connection to who you are. And Instagram is all about having a personal connection. That is the difference between social media marketing and traditional marketing. Is that your audience has a personal connection to you, and then those personal connections can have them supporting you in all your endeavors that you're doing. So that BTS of Instagram stories of me like styling could turn into someone DMing me asking if they want me to style them. And I have had DMs of people wanting me to style them because I posted a BTS or two of like a photo shoot that I've done. So by how Kay said there's a story, I just basically showed you like an example of how you can use that story to tell your story and get a thing. Yeah.
Let me just clean it up for you a little bit. Okay? So pretty much Antoinette's in the industry of fashion. So fashion is seeing. You're not tasting, you're seeing. So she has to give you things to look at, right? On her post, Antoinette will post the final product of what she's done. So for example, she had her dancehall client. Please remind me of her name.
Juicy Bunny.
Juicy Bunny, right? So she has a picture of the full complete look that she had given Juicy Bunny on her post on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
In her story now, Antoinette, you might have missed it because you didn't get into those 24 hours, but she's showing you her pulling from the racks, being in the space with Juicy Bunny, helping to titaviate, that's what we said, titaviate her clothes them and put it, together, right? And then through that now, one, you're able to see the complete look. And number two, you're able to get bits and pieces as to how Antoinette arrived at that complete look through her story. So food is one of my examples on my personal page, right? I'm not going to put, personally, everyone does their thing differently. I just personally don't feel like putting step-by-step or a whole, we're going to get into IGTV another time, but a whole minute, 10 slides of minute videos showing step-by-step how I make oxtail, which is like one of the most popular things people like ask me how to make. On my post, I might have posted the final photo of what the oxtail looked like when I was done cooking, right? But in my story, I'm showing you how I wash, how I season it, how I fry it up, how I cook it up, everything. So you're able to look at that process. Ooh, so there it is. So your story is like the process, and your post is like the end product.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We did that tonight. Right?
We'll explain, we figure it out.
Right? So the next part, right? Another layer into growing your Instagram story is once you figured out what your story is. So Antoinette and I will just use the examples we've used to kind of just not lose you guys. So another obvious step that people know is hashtags. Now, I feel like it's kind of corny to have the hashtag showing unless it's something directly connected to you, showing in your story. Mm-hmm. So, for example, I've been doing BTS of how I run Downtown World. When I post some videos explaining things that I've done, say if it's a frame like this, I would explain what I've been doing, etc. Then you're in your story now, and you're now putting your words. Oh, that's the next part. Okay, maybe I don't want to say that. Okay, so whatever, you have your words and stuff. So you...
I think you know what you're saying. So when Kay is posting a post on Downtown World, and she wants to use hashtags in the Instagram story, but it doesn't, it can't be, like, she doesn't want the hashtags to be seen because it's not related directly to the post. What you can do, and this is what I do too, because I do this for my Fashion Fridays, if you guys like really follow me like that, I will put like hashtags that are related to that story post, because remember, when it comes to hashtags, Instagram allows hashtags to be part of hashtag stories on that hashtag session, and that can actually get into the hashtag stories, and people can view you and then go on your page and see what's popping with you, and they can potentially follow you, and then blah blah blah. So you can do hashtags that are related to that post, like a Downtown World quote that Kay posted, you can, instead of leaving the hashtag there front and center, what you can do is that you can change the color of the hashtags to match the background of the font, which what I do, or you can hide it or whatever.
So sorry. So let me intrude you there, okay? So that's what I was gonna say. Sorry. So okay, you guys will not be able to see this as clean, I know, but just bear with us, okay? So for example, this post here, I shared it directly from Downtown World. You can't really see it. But I shared it directly to when it's a post that you share from the feed to your story, it's very easy for you to hide the hashtags. There we go. Because there should be a color wheel when you go to add things to your story. There should be a color wheel. Sorry, because I have all my lighting and stuff.
Okay.
A color wheel. Yeah. You're gonna click that color wheel and you're gonna choose the background color. And that's gonna adapt to whatever color your background is. Then, if you're extra like me, yep.
Sorry, I'm trying to show you.
No, you're doing, yeah, perfect. That little drop.
See this drop right here?
Yep.
Okay. Then you do it matching the background.
Yep. And then boom.
Click done, period, disappeared, gone.
And sometimes I even go an extra mile and tap the post again so that the hashtag goes behind the post, and then click it again so the banner doesn't show. Yeah. So that way you don't have to run the risk on someone tapping on your story and accidentally tapping the hashtag and ending up somewhere else. And you're gaining your traffic from the hashtags, and you're also sharing the post from the feed to your story. Now, if you're taking a photo directly from your camera roll, you can do the same thing, but you're unable to hide the hashtags behind the photo. What you do, or what I usually do, if there's another way, but I just pinch it as small as possible till you literally cannot see it, and I shove it somewhere.
Like,
yeah, perfect. So now you may ask yourself, do hashtags even work in the story? Yes.
Yes, it does.
Now, they say Instagram gives you up to 10 hashtags that will actually be read and put into those story feeds.
Mm-hmm.
My personal opinion, what I've noticed and what I feel works is 3. You got 3. So you make 3 hashtags that you choose count. So Antoinette's dropping fashion and it's on a Monday. She's gonna choose Monday because it's the day of the week. That's another hack for me. I don't know if it works for y'all, but one of my hashtags is the day of the week. Because people are always gonna look at what's going on that day. So the day of the week. Another one might be, I don't know, maybe the name of the designer, whatever is as Antoinette or you as the user feels will be the most searchable hashtag. That's what you're going to put as your hashtag.
Mm-hmm.
Don't put, because you're wearing a black dress, do not put black dress. Put black. Put, I don't know, just.
Also, when you're making your hashtags, make sure that it's not censored or like it's part of Instagram's guidelines, because you could put a hashtag and you will never see anything pop up, and that's because Instagram has removed that hashtag from their system. So keep mindful of that because you will come across using a hashtag and you're like, why is it not getting any engagement, blah 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 blah, and it's literally because Instagram's like, yeah, no, we don't use that hashtag no more. It's inappropriate to our guidelines.
Exactly. Or they'll shadow ban your ass and you're just like,
you're like, what the fuck? Because that has happened to me.
Right? And me as well. Shout outs to Nigeria. So Yeah. The other thing as well, on top of doing all this, just in terms of visibility, you also want it to be a little bit easier on the eyes. So, for example, for me, I'm doing these talking videos and I have a lot to say, like 2 minutes worth of talking. But as you know, stories, how do you view your stories? So you think about that on the other end, right? Not all the time does the person have the volume on. So if it's something that you want people to hear, make sure you have somewhere in there saying sound on. Or a personal tip that I do is, for example, say I make a story and I'm saying a lot of things, as I said, talking for 2 minutes. In each 10-second clip or 15-second clip, I'm going to put 3 or 4 words to just quickly let you know what I'm saying in that slide. So even though, okay, so perfect example, if you look in both Antoinette and I's stories today, I had something about us releasing the podcast a day later, right? Mm-hmm. Yes, the information, say if I was talking and saying that, I can also put in writing the podcast will be postponed until Tuesday. That way, whether you're listening or you're just looking at the story, you receive the information in its duality. Either way, you can digest it either way, and it makes it easier for the community that you're trying to build, depending on what you're trying to do, right? So Antoinette's thing is fashion. When she's having things, the engagement, oh, there's so many layers. I think we're gonna have to save another part of the story for thing, right? But your story is all about also engagement and having a reason for people to come there. So one of the things that I love about Antoinette's story is how she'll have the fashion looks and kind of be like, how do you like it? Yes, no, like, or the fire flame to see like how much you like it. Things like that, let you know as the content creator, how many people are engaging with you, if they find it interesting. You ask those things, right? Because why are you going to keep sharing it if people are going to vote no? So these are great ways to figure out what your audience wants from you. And then as well, on their end, they feel included, a part of the process. Mm-hmm. List goes on. Antoinette?
Also the reason why that I do those like engagement routes is because Instagram actually allows other people to see those engagement routes. So for example, if I like posted this outfit, oh gosh, it's white, you can't even last to see it. But this outfit for Fashion Fridays, I'm like, hey guys, it's Fashion Friday, what's poppin'? Like, you guys like this outfit? I tagged the brand that's part of, because sometimes brands will see this and actually repost it. And I actually did do that with Fashion Bomb Daily one time, and I actually got reposted and got like an extra like 200 followers from literally just posting something from the brand. But anyway, it's a whole another side thing. But like, you like go here on your like, and then you can do the poll. These polls will give you opportunities for other people to see your story, and they can actually engage on it too, which leads them to go on your page. And if they like you enough or your brand enough, they can either follow you or not. Or even just doing like the ask the questions stuff, people tend to love to engage, or like other people will see that and they'll tend to like engage with you on that, because Instagram sees that you're using their full features on their app, and Instagram really likes it when you use
their features. Exactly. That's what I was just about to get into. So just like Antoinette was just showing you, that part where you scroll up on your, not scroll up, but you choose that flap on your story icon. There's a reason, and Instagram wouldn't give you all these tools and resources to use if they weren't for you to use. So use it to your advantage and for proper exposure and gain, whether it's your influencer, whatever lane you are trying to be fluent in. So you have things like temperature, you have GIFs, you have music. So through your music, you can show your personality. One of the things I like to do, because I love real estate. I love luxury homes, and God is gonna bless me that one day I can have one of those big dusty homes I'm always looking at on Pinterest and Tumblr. So one of the things I do in my story, I save all the ones that I like, and then on my Instagram story, I post a picture to correspond with the vibe of the picture I'm posting. And that, in my opinion, allows people to get a little bit more of my musical taste. We're both enjoying the scenery of whatever, whether it's a shot of Bali, some amazing shit. And then as well, you're using the tools and the resources that Instagram is giving you. So more and more they're going to like that and push you forward in the app. I don't know if you guys remember episode, I think it was 2 or 3, when I said to you guys, one of my posts is about to go over 1 million, and it actually went to 2.2 million. Okay, now that is our reels, and we'll get to that another week, but yeah. I just drew that example to show you guys that is what Instagram just, I went on there one day and they were just like, we decided to feature this post that you posted. And I was like, a word? And then the shit just kept going. And it's literally, the proof is there. You go reels, Downtown World. It's the bear video. And 2.2 million. Okay? So that's just Instagram showing me how many people liked and tapped in. So know that they're only showing you about 2 to 5% of your actual, or 10% of your audience. So if you got 2.2 million, imagine, you know what I'm saying? So use the tools to your advantage, because Instagram likes that. It's a social app. You're supposed to be social. Antoinette?
Listen, Kay, I agree with everything that you're saying, because I know we can't get into Reels. Reels is really like my home.
You did another week, yeah.
The only thing I can tell you about using stories for your business is that always be yourself. And I know it's like super corny, like super corny. It's like everyone always, but like it's true. Most of these influencers and business people are business people and influencers is because they were themselves and people like them enough to follow their content and see how it was going. That's probably why people like me so much, is because I share a little bit of myself to the world, and the world does that. So make sure when you're using your Instagram stories, it's staying on your brand. But that's a whole different type of subject about how you brand your business, how you want to see yourself. But like, make sure that it's true to your brand, it's true to yourself at the most, in anything that you post on your stories, and make sure that it's telling a story about your business, because people get invested into stories. It's why there's authors, there's books and best-selling authors, okay? So just make sure that people are just invested in you through your stories, because those investings that people have in you can turn into like a purchase from someone because they support your business or something like that. So yeah, I think that's all I gotta say.
Sorry, Antoinette, I just this last part as well. I mentioned it already, but Facebook is pretty much integrating your Facebook with your Instagram and bringing those two worlds together. So if you even notice, your story on your Instagram can go to share to your Facebook story, right? So think about that. You're hitting both your markets if you do have Facebook, and you know you should, but it's hitting into both, tapping into both your art markets for you simultaneously. So if you do it right, it can work in your favor. So definitely try it out. Antoinette has very successful business and amazing engagement on her social media, and I have great engagement and real organic like things happening on my page. So I mean, if that's what you want, feel free to hit us up and try the little tips that
you can ask me questions.
Yes. And just know, because that's the reason why companies like Twitter is adding fleets, which is pretty much Instagram stories, but on Twitter. And you know what I'm saying? So let's be mindful in everything that Antoinette said, because I don't need to repeat, she just said it, but what is your story, etc., all those things, and you put it together. So I feel like next week we can get into IGTV or Reels.
I
Maybe
think those are like, I think they're one and the same, and they're different, but
they are very different. So let's put it to a vote. I think Antoinette in our on the page, and then get you guys let us know. Do you want us to talk about Reels or IGTV next episode? And if you want any more tips and tricks on the story, because we could get in depth.
If I'm gonna be real honest, you're probably gonna get more views on Reels than IGTV. But let us know what y'all want us to talk about next. Because that's the new thing on Instagram. Every new thing on Instagram, they like to push it a lot, so they give you more views on other things. But that's how I know it's with Reels and IGTV. But anyways, let us know which one you want to talk about, because and stuff. And then yeah, that's it. That's all we got to talk about, right?
Yes, yes.
Guys, our songs of the week, guys. You already know.
Peaks.
Yeah. So you already know we're trying to make a cute little playlist maybe when the season is done, but we're just gonna let you know our hot picks for this week. So okay, what is your hot picks?
So this artist, I'm gonna just be very honest because I'm a straight shooter, eat fruit, mind your business. But this artist, at first, I wasn't too fond of him because I felt like, because of who he knew in the industry and what he was affiliated to, I felt like, is this another industry plant situation? They're just forcing this artist down my throat, and they're just, we can give examples of who those artists are in the music industry. What? Mr. St. John has dropped this album, and it is complete fire, okay? And I have so many tracks on there that I'm just in love with, but the track for this episode and to dedicate it to you queens, including you Antoinette, is the song Gorgeous. I love it. And St. John, congratulations to you and such an amazing dope body of work. You really put my foot in my mouth. I am a fan. You are not an industry plant, and I respect your artistry. So St. John is my hot pick for this week. The track is Gorgeous off of the album While the World Was Burning, because the world are burn up.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Shout out to St. John, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to you doing a little thing-a-ling-a-ling with your album. My hot picks for this week is, I wasn't gonna mention her, but I'm gonna mention her. So it's actually Megan Thee Stallion's new album. There was a lot of hits and there's a lot of misses. I'm not gonna lie, but there's
a lot of misses.
Song. That's a whole nother topic for another day, honey. Okay, but there's this one song, and I'm telling you, one song. Actually, there's two, but one that I just really love. Every time it comes on my little Spotify, I'm just like, ooh, and it's actually called "What's New." I love that song so much. I feel like she's just a lot of bragging, a lot of just being. It just sounds like Megan, and a lot of the body of work from that album doesn't sound like Megan. But as a personal opinion to me, but that song, What's New, I love that song. So that's my hot picks for this week. Ms. Megan Thee Stallion, congratulations to your first album. I feel like I have to put it out there. Big congrats, you finally did it. I wish it was better, but that's okay. And yeah, that's my hot picks for this week.
It's just.
Are we talking about this album now?
Shout out to you, Meg. I really am rooting for you. I really am.
Listen, I'm like Tyra Banks. We're all rooting for you.
We're all rooting for you. We really are all rooting for you. But yeah, this album for me,
It was
your hot pick, so I'm gonna leave it as a hot section. Meanwhile, cool it up.
my
Meanwhile, freeze it up.
but I already said the album wasn't.
We can talk about it.
It's not her best body of work. I'm gonna be real honest. I heard better bodies of work from her in her EP.
Body, yaddy, 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 yaddy. Okay.
Okay, guys.
I'm practicing. I'm a comfort just now.
Listen, I don't know the dance. I'm sorry. I'm being so bad. But you know what? That body song, hate the intro, but I love the dancing to it. The dancing is where it's at.
And the outfits. Yes, yo.
Let's talk about the outfits for a second. I'm sorry, guys. We're trying to finish this episode, but we gotta talk about the outfits. Brooklyn Styles, that's her stylist, local stylist. Mwah! Everything from that video. So nice. So in detailed. So BDSM dominant. Okay? I loved it. Loved it.
Wow. Wow.
Would love to work with Brooklyn Styles. I love her. I love her. So yes, shout out to Megan. Shout out to St. John also, because that's our hot picks for this week. Okay, and I believe that is it for the show. Yes, it is it. This is it for the show. Leave your comments and thoughts. We want to hear you guys, what you think, and everything like that. And we just want to thank everybody who keeps watching and listening to us each and every single week. Me and Kay 100% appreciate all the beautiful support that you get from the show, because honestly, we wouldn't be here without you guys. So we just want to thank you. So don't forget to follow us on Instagram on the Eat Food Podcast, as well as our YouTube channel, which is Downtown World. Okay, and some period. And honestly, let us know what you guys want us to talk about next. We always want to know what you guys want to hear from us. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, follow, do everything you need to do, okay? And yeah, and most importantly, don't forget to mind your business.
Eat fruit and mind your business.
Okay, and some period. But bye guys, thank you.
Bye guys, thank you so much for tuning in this week. Don't waste no time in negativity.
Eat fruit, and mind your business.
Sometimes you just have to curve a thing, you know?
Kaboom!